All right, ladies and gentlemen, karibu sana. This is Mzwa Kibao TV, kawaida naitwa CPA Wandiga, and of course thank you so much for clicking on to this one. Now, on matters understanding our identity. The last time we had Ndizeye Rubasha here on Ndizeye Rubasha TV, we discussed a lot on matters African identity. Kama hujacheki, please you can click up here so you can watch what we discussed the other time. Now, today we want to expound more. We want to learn more on matters African identity. Who are we? What powers do we have? And why he always say we are God. When I say we are God, you and me, we are God. And now, what can we do? Especially when we have powers, when we understand that I am God and you are God. Right? So on my screen, I'm having Mr. Ndizeye Rubasha all the way from Australia. So we are going to discuss a lot on matters African identity and of course spiritual world. So sir, thank you so much for creating your time. Thank you so much for joining us once again here on Ndizeye Rubasha TV. Now you could just tell us how you've been. It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah, so I'm doing well. And as always, every human being, we keep learning.
Yeah.
We keep facing a different challenge. So our mind is always talking to us 24/7. So this whole life is what we have. So we have to live in every single day.
Yeah.
So you don't know if tomorrow is going to come. See? Because yesterday is gone.
Sure.
And tomorrow you never know if it's going to come.
Yeah.
So you have to live every single day.
Yeah. So there is a song, I think it's sung by a minister called Joel Anayo. This is exactly what you've said. He says that today we have to make decisions in life. Now, in Christ, Christians, we believe kwamba there's a second coming on Jesus. And now, in your book, you are saying there is no Jesus coming back. Why are you saying that?
Yes, so because Jesus never left a human being.
Okay.
When you are in this earth, when we are here, me and you, Jesus is there with us.
Yeah.
He never went. So that is what missionaries has explained to us, especially in Africa, that God has created, and after he created, and then he goes, and then he'll come back.
Okay.
No. So what I'm mentioning, Jesus, God, never left a human being. When a child born in this, come with God and Jesus in life.
Now, you said we are God. Then how did you give birth to Jesus?
Yeah, so now that is where we are talking, we are God. So mind, when I say we are God, I'm saying mind.
Okay. Okay.
So mind is what we call God. Mind is what we call Jesus. Mind is what people call Muhammad. Mind is the powerful tool. So which give you to have a life.
Okay.
So the reason we are God, we are not God who created. The world was already created.
Yes.
Everything is already done.
Yeah.
So as we are God of living, so always we confuse God of Creator, the Father, and the God of living.
Okay.
And what God as human do is what he can do on living life. Yes. Your mind can do everything.
Now, who are we? Are we the God of living or the God of creation?
We are God of living.
Okay.
We are God of living, yes. Because God has created it for us. Then give power to us to live.
Now, where is the God of creation?
The God of creation is everywhere in the nature.
Okay.
To live, God has to be there. When I go do my morning walk every single day, I go
Yes.
for a walk.
Yeah.
There is the wind. You can't see the wind.
Yes.
That's where God lives. And where they say the land of God,
Yeah.
the land of God is where a human being lives. If
Okay.
I'm walking here in the street in Australia,
Yes.
and I look in the sky,
Yeah.
and I look at the water, I hear the wind, I see everything's around me walking.
Yeah.
And if I come to Kenya, if I go to South Africa, if you can't tell where I am, because that is where God lives. Live to make us have life. To give to make us think there. And one thing we also want to mention, when they say God, we think God is somebody sitting somewhere.
For sure, for sure.
Looking to us. No, it's not that. So we have to remove that image where we've been given by missionaries. The only things what we learn about what you are telling me, what you are asking me, is what missionaries has explained to us. And we believe it, we never question it, and even when you try to question it, it's a war.
Yes.
Because that is where we get wrong. Because when you ask them why they think God still live in the sky, they will not go to ask that question.
Yeah, sure. Now, when we were growing up, we believe, or we were taught, or it's still there, kwamba God lives in heaven. Now, a lot of people have gone to see the sun, the moon, but they've never said kwamba there's heaven past moon or past sun. Now, why do we still believe kwamba there is heaven up there?
Yeah, so now that is what missionary did to Africa. Always when we go back, our ancestors who live there, we never get chance to tell us what they believe they are thinking.
Sure.
So that is how they made us to forget what is our ancestors has thinking about God.
Yeah.
Because they were living, they had life. And what I know, what I'm sure I can talk to you, our history,
yes,
it doesn't show us they were thinking the same what the missionaries were thinking, what the Christians were thinking. No, it's different. Yeah. So the thought and the belief you are having is outsider.
Yeah.
So because when they came, they see as African the weak of mind.
Yeah.
And then they distract what we had. They bring with everything, modernization, industrialization, and then they make us, what we know is nothing. This is what is the reality. You should know nothing else. You remember when you are children, you say, don't listen to anyone else.
Sure.
Why somebody can come to teach you, you should not listen to anyone else. So that is how they control us. That is how they manipulated us. And that is how missionaries, they are put fear in our mind.
Now, we know the truth because there's no heaven there. But why do we still believe whatever we were told? Yet we know the truth. There's no heaven up there.
Yes, because when you look the missionaries, the way they teach us, especially they started for elders, and then to go to church, they did. So now, why always African we respect a leader is because what they say, they told us, is what is the truth.
Yeah.
So we keep believing in the lies. So when you live in lies for a long period of time, when you are since a child, the lies become truth.
Okay.
And then if even you have a question, there is a fear to ask that question.
For sure.
Yes, most parents, when we can't answer our children when they're young about Christians, they can say, why do you ask like that?
Yes.
No, you should fear God. If there's something's wrong, and we have been teaching our children in Africa, it's just fear of God.
Yes.
Who created that? Why do you tell every child born you have to fear of God? See? We have been implanting fear of our children generation to generation, and we grown it, and then we still teaching about it. We still teaching about it, and that is where the problem is. So that is the fear. We know heaven is not any place. We know many people, even those priests, those pastors, they are the one who killing Africans' mind, because we believe them. We believe them, and what they have been taught, they never question to see, is this true for us, for our community? No, whatever they have been taught is what they come to bring to us.
So you're trying to say even pastors, they don't know the right way. They don't know the right word. They don't know the truth.
They know the truth.
Okay,
but
they know.
Yes, they know. What they are selling to people is what they have continued, because it's hard to bring controversial. So when I'm saying this about controversial, say we are God, people think I'm crazy. People think, what kind of person I am, who you are, what can I do? Because it's what in our mind is. So the pastor knows it. The leaders in the all churches leaders, they know it. But how do you go to get followers? How do you go to get the members? If you change, it's going to be a war. So that is where we have been misled. So we never change it. We keep putting that. So that's why you see how people, the one who call Christians, the one who call children of God, the way they defend the God the Father, it's a war. You see? They insult you. They say, I'll tell you everything, a lot of things there.
Yeah.
The God the Father, he will not want like that. He doesn't want anyone to defend her, whatever he says. But that's how it is, because different pastors, they have different style to bring their own congregation.
Now, there is no body of Christ coming to save us. Then if Christ is not coming to save us, who is going to save us?
Your mind. Your mind is powerful. Your mind is God. Your mind is going to kill you. Your mind is going to save you.
Okay.
There is nothing you do without coming through your mind.
True.
There is nothing you think without coming through your mind.
Sure.
The Jesus who saved, it's yourself. And that is what other missionaries has implanted in our mind, that you have to wait somebody to come to save you. You are waiting somebody to come to save you. People, they are waiting Jesus to come to save you. Do you think Jesus will come from the street of Nairobi? Is he come from the street of Sydney? Is he come from the street of, they call Jerusalem, whatever they say, a place?
Yeah.
How is he going to come to save the whole people? No. Jesus is in you as individual. We are all individual, but all with one God, one mind. God doesn't care what you believe. Doesn't matter who you are, black, white, Christians, Muslim. It doesn't care. That is where also we have to understand the daily life. The daily life, me and you, wherever we work, we are connected through our mind. Yes, that is the powerful.
So in short, there's no physical Jesus who is coming back.
There is no physical Jesus who even existed. Only human exists. Only God existed. It's us, generation to generation. That is what we have seen. There is no other way. there was no one else here on earth as human beings. We go to save the world.
Yeah.
We're not even to save it. We are going to live in the world. Let me ask you something. How do you go to save something you have ever created? You're not going to save it.
Yeah.
We have privilege to live in the land of God. That is the gift. That's something you have to enjoy every single day.
Yeah.
When you have the season of the weather, everything, we don't do anything. Here, when the season changed in Australia, when you're walking, you found this tree, a tree changed completely.
Yes.
You know, you see, you go there, how did it happen? The tree changed completely. And the weather is going to come, and then that tree is going to die. It died like 3 or 4 months, and then when you come back, you see another month is already there. So it's us every single day. We go through life. Life is a season.
Yeah.
There's life which take you good and evil. There's no other things you go to experience in this life.
Okay.
Those two, good and evil.
Now, before we move to good and evil, now, a lot of people, they are saying, I prayed, I called on the name of Jesus, and this and this happened. Now, when I was going through a certain situation in life, I called the name of Jesus, and things changed. Now, who was the Jesus they were calling, and how?
Anyone you call to change you or whatever situation you are in, only is that your mind. Your mind is guiding you. Your mind changes you. So what you call Jesus, it's yourself.
Okay.
People, they are thinking in the world, you go to call somebody else outside of you to save you. No. The one who saves you is inside is you. The one who gives a miracle is inside you. It's in your mind. It's your mind. It's the most powerful person in the whole world. It's your mind. He is with you every day, 24/7.
Yes.
He talks to you anytime. He reminds you things happening anytime he wants. Any things you have, you go to tell other people.
Yeah.
Where do you see it? You see in your mind. And another thing that I want to let you, where especially when you are children, and always, especially when you are kids, most children lie. They don't say the truth.
Yeah.
But you remember, only one who knows the truth, it's you, yourself. It's God. So any other what a man does to you, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So you can go to court, and because judge say you are guilty, it doesn't mean necessarily you are guilty.
Sure.
And if you say you are innocent, it doesn't mean necessarily you are innocent.
Sure.
So now, who knows the truth?
It's me.
Yes, it's you.
Yeah.
So never go to look outside the power. The power is within us.
Now, how can we save ourselves? Because you said we are God, and information we have, information which was built in us, said like God is so powerful, he can change any situation, he can change things from bad to good or good to bad. Now, why are we not in a position, or why can't we change our own situations, yet we are God?
Yes, your situation change every time, and this is where he started.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is happening to you when you're doing any decision you do? You have two choices.
Yes.
Every decision you do, you have two choices. So which one you choose? The good one or the one that's going to kill you?
Yes.
That is where you have to save yourself. You have to save yourself by talking to your mind and do the right things. I'm talking to you about this belief, about this how I'm feeling I'm God. I'm still go in trouble.
Yes.
I'm still doing some things, but I know I did some things wrong. I know it because who told you? It's your mind. And who's going to save you from that trouble? Again, it's your mind, because it's going to tell you now, calm down. You make a mistake. You go to cry, and then you cry. The end of crying, there is no change.
Yeah.
Your life keep going anytimes, anywhere you have to do. Because you remember, the guilt you got to have is the guilt you're going to do it to somebody else, to another God. That is where the guilt we have in our life is what you do to other God. There is one thing we learn about, I can tell you, when it's going to save you from anything. When you love anyone, it's like you love yourself.
Yes.
As you feel nothing going to hurt you, you don't want anything harm you. If you love like other person like that way, you will never have a problem with you. And you remember again, the most problem you have, the most war you have in your every single day, it's war within you, the problem within you. You may be not sleep well. Why? Because it's what is in your mind.
Yes.
The fear you are having, you haven't even seen it. You are thinking tomorrow is going to be a bad day.
Yes.
See? Guess what?
Yeah.
If you go to think tomorrow is going to be a bad day, is what you go to get into your mind. So how do you change it? You change your minds.
Okay.
Yes.
So the only thing we should do is to change how we think.
How we think, because that is the most powerful tools we have in life. That is where missionaries has taken us away. Missionaries have taken away the power to be God. That is his job. He came to Africa to take that power from Africans, to believe themselves, to have faith in themselves, and what they do and what they believe is the one they to be. That's the most power it takes to us. But when you look how white live like what you are talking about, them, they know. Yeah. They know. They don't say it. They know they are God. That's why you see they create everything because that is what they take from us. And we have the same mind. See? We have the same mind. Yes. But because they take us that power from us, even when you're in school, education, most people who have been educated, they've been educated in the environment of missionaries. Yes. Yes, that is where also they made us to go away different. I realize here in Western countries, they have best school, which is not related with religions. But our best school, the top best school in Africa, is based with religion. Yeah. So your intellectual agent is being corrupted by, they put the fear of mind. You think there's God, Jesus will go to come to us. You think you are defending Christianity. Can we defend some things who have been put on our head? We defend Christianity than anyone else in this world. Sure. And that is another issue because of the basics of education we have been given. The majorities is the religious schools.
What will happen if today I decide not to defend the Bible? I decide not to read the Bible. I decide not to pray and mention the name of Jesus.
That will be good because you will not have guilt of anything. Okay. So you'll be free. You'll be free. That's the freedom you'll be getting. There is no other freedom you're going to get in life. Okay. The freedom has set you free. What is the burden you have put in your mind? And that burden, where do you get it from? Yeah. You get from outsider. You get it from missionaries. And you remember, missionaries, that is the job he came to do in Africa, to distract us from the God. That is why you see we've been hated everywhere. Because also we hate ourselves because the fear we carrying ourselves. The fear we carry ourselves, it make you feel worthless. You feel you mean nothing because always you have the fear to protect something outside instead to protect yourself, instead to look after yourself, instead look what is the issue we have within you. And then to know the power to survive is going to come within you, and which is your mind.
Now, briefly, what kind of powers do we have, we as gods?
Mind has power, everything for living. So where do you see now where has powerful? Mind now, he has done everything. See, so a mind which creates a bomb atomic is the same a mind of you or a mind of me. It's the same. A mind which creates medicine is the same mind. A mind which creates the airplane is the same mind. So yes, so one mind, it creates everything. That's why it's so powerful. That is why it's God. So everything to who believe. Who believe who? Yourself.
Myself. Okay.
You go to get what you want to get. So these people who create these things is nothing else they do, is what they think through their mind. You remember one thing there I can tell you.
Yes.
Our ancestors knew there's the mineral under the ground. They knew the value of big natural materials. They knew the resources. They knew all those things there before even being educated in the school. But somehow they told us no, they didn't know.
Yes.
You know, but because somebody also through his mind, he had that extra mind to create. You see, even if you create a machine, it's because you believe you can do it and you continue pursue doing it. That's how they achieved to do that. But all they believe, it could also become other people's mind. But the one who's going to succeed is the one who continue to believe it to themselves until the end.
Now, in the same chapter 5, you are saying many Africans fear death because we know the path. We know there's a process of being us when we are born, and also when we die. Now, in this process, we love giving birth, but we hate it when someone dies. Now, why do you think we fear death more than anything?
Yes. You remember again in the Bible, Jesus said, death, bury the dead.
Yeah, let the dead bury the dead.
Yes, that is what it means. Which death, live it yourself, you are living. Now, again, we go to come, who taught us what we believe? It's missionaries. So now, they came with that fear. So the fear they implanted in us is say death is punishment. There is no punishment. Death is life, because only what we have in life is one journey. You are born, and then you go to die. That is our journey. That's no one has chosen to us.
Yes.
And no one even know what it is. You remember, we are gods of living. We are not God of creator. And we are not the God ending life. No. So that is not ours, and that is not what people should not think. Now, because the religions put the fear in us, and that is why it keeps making people feel fear. And now, when your loved one dies, when your person your accountant, you have anything to do with them when they pass away, everywhere you have them. Your cemetery is not outside. Your cemetery, it's in your mind. Your mind is cemetery. Because now, every person who passed away, where you go to see them, you see them in your mind.
Okay.
Your parents, I lost my parents, but my father, I saw him. I talked to them in the dream. I saw him, the way activity they've been doing there. I can remember him when he was driving me here and there. I can remember them when they are tough to me anywhere. And anything that counted with them 10, 20 years, you see them now. And no matter where you are in the land of God. See, I'm in Australia now. I can remember what I was to do with my mother or my friends who passed away. You see them every single day. And then they can come anytime. And they can talk to you and can see. And sometimes you are dreaming, you think they are alive.
Yes.
They've already passed away. And you can see them, And then when you wake up, see the reality come to you. So that is why we should learn never fear death, because that is not what you ask. You let God handle it himself.
Now, the Bible says there's no connection between the dead and the dead and the living. Now, when you dream of someone who passed away, like for example, right now I'm dreaming about my late father. In the Bible, I think whatever my father will tell me, they will say that's not the right thing. Maybe I'm seeing someone who's a ghost in the picture of my father. Now, in the spiritual world, now I have the power over everything. I, as God. When I see the dead, how should I react to this one?
So now, it's where now your death, what called death, come in living in you, in your mind. So every power in the world is in your mind.
Yes.
That's what the living, the dead become living. So the dead, you see him is living, but he's already dead for outsider. But to you, it's living. It's there for you. You see him. You talk to him. He gives you advice.
Yeah.
You feel guilty. Or if my father be here, not me have done there.
Yeah,
Why
sure.
do you say that? Because it's with you everywhere. But because that disconnecting us, our mind's power, we go to look something outside. And even though the evidence is there every single day. Now, what I'm bringing here is awareness. Everyone who's going to listen to me now, I will tell him, you taste what I'm telling you. Try to talk to your mind, and then you tell me the result. Don't argue with me before you taste it first.
Yeah.
See? Everything you have to be experiencing it. Everything you do, everything you face, you have to experience it. You have to go through it. And that's how the power of mind is so powerful.
Now, you have a program running now, Reclaiming African Identity. Maybe you can take us through what is it all about and maybe what's the purpose?
So the purpose now is just to try to bring us African. We go back to what we learn, so what we believe, and what identity.
Okay.
So what identity we have been given by outsider.
Okay.
So what I mean identity, most of the times people, when you call identity, we say about name. And also that is the crucial part, name is the crucial. So, and always I talk that, I tell, say, why African we have a white name, why we have Muslim name, is because this belief, they came to us in Africa, they put their identity to ourselves. So now, what I'm trying to bring as history is to bring back the history shows us before colonizer, Africans have the way they believe, have the way they were naming their children. Now, when colonizer came in, after they interfere in it, there's a change happen on that. Now, can we go back now to naming, to identify as African, how we have been doing before colonizer? So because that is the most powerful African, we have to claim our identity. Now, we have been given identity of Christianity. So which is some African, they have to defend Christianity until they can even live, not die for Christianity.
Yeah.
Other Africans has went, they become Muslim. They fight that belief.
Yes.
And they are one. Before colonizer came, this was not existing. So that's why I want to take back our Africans. Where were our ancestors were before? Can we go back there? Can we start believing we become one as Africa, not be divided by the belief? And that's what my movement wants to come to bring in it.
Yeah.
So this is the individual goal.
Okay.
Individual thinking, individual action, because it's hard to tell somebody you don't need to be a Christian to live.
Yeah.
See, you don't need to be a Muslim to live.
To live, yes.
But yes, that is experience. I'm experiencing it. I changed my name. My name, I had a white Christian name.
Yeah.
I remove it now.
Yeah.
I have two African names, Ndizeye Rubasha. So I'm connected with African. Nothing connection with me, with Christianity, with religions. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
If you invite me to church, I will come.
Okay.
I'm not against it, but I will come just to hear what they say. It's a gathering. It's the same as going to a nice place where they are networking, but nothing else. There is no other goals to go to take you. If you tell me come to be in the mosque to do things, I go there. But we have to know the difference with religions and the way we were before the religions came, because the life of our ancestors was there.
Now, there is this, I don't know, people are saying, if you want to marry a Muslim, you have to be a Muslim. If you want to marry a Christian, you have to be a Christian. Now, why this?
So those, they are fanatics.
Okay.
So you remember when they make us, if you think you are Christian, so that means you are a slave of Europeans' belief. So when you are Muslim, you are a slave of Arabs, because that is the ancestors' belief. They make it stronger, and then they make other people to follow their belief.
Yes.
It's the same as Christians. So that is the war we are facing, because those true believe. You remember, to be a Christian or a Muslim, it's what you believe.
Yes.
Nothing else. So now, because they don't want to change their belief, they don't want to talk to their mind, they don't want to talk to your God, it's always they follow somebody else's belief. And you remember, like now we're talking now, there's many parents who have been divided by religions. Where a child go to marry a different Muslim or a Christian, and the parents, they cut them off. They can't go for wedding. They can't do things there. And they're thinking this, because that's the thing. Even before I go, I was forgot to tell you, that is what's called poor mind.
Okay.
African walking on the street with poor mind. Poor mind. That's even, I want to say something. Always I was keeping in my mind. Sometimes I can mix something there. When I came to do your interview in your place, Moja, and I was driving on the street, because I haven't been there for a long time.
Yes.
So I didn't know how the city was. But city has grown.
Yes.
Has grown. The development was there. It was 10 years there. But the thing has remained in Nairobi is the dirtiness in the street. So now, why the whole country with powerful country in the continent, with intelligent, with even money, economic is the power, Kenya is power.
Yes.
Why they have taken identity of dirtiness? That is what identity we have been given by the white people.
Okay.
They keep saying, before when colonizers were here, Nairobi was clean.
Yes.
So now, why have you allowed your city to be dirty? Why people of Umoja want to walk a place where that is there? Where you send your children in the street where the rubbish is there, where people do. Why? That is your identity you have given to yourself. When I went in Kigali, in Rwanda, because after that I went to Kigali.
Yeah.
I saw how it has changed. They make clean city,
Yeah.
not because of money. Rwanda is not bigger than Nairobi economically,
Sure.
but they change their identity to make their city clean.
Yeah.
So that is what we need to go back for our identity, who we are. Sorry to bring that within planet, but
it's okay.
It's a really powerful thing there. We have to be in Kenya. Kenya, they try to go away from everything, but they have to start from within.
Okay. So before we outsource something, we should make what we have perfectly made and working.
Fast, working through their mind. So that is why we have to start working by individual. Individual thinking, individual goals, individual action. And when individual action work, the family will work, the community will grow, the society will grow, and the country will change.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sha, for this one. Maybe if you have something, maybe last words you could tell our viewers.
Yeah, as I say always, when we get time to tell what we have, what we believe, always I keep reminding, open your mind.
Yes.
Open your mind. Let's to understand what was there before, what you believe, thinking. Read my book. Who told you want to be God?
Yes.
Even though the title is so hard, read it, and because you got to learn from it. Don't only we accept only one things we have been taught. We think that is only life. No, we have to open our mind. We have to free ourselves from our thought. That is the most message I can tell everyone, my viewer. And then we don't need to fight because we have different belief.
Yes.
If I told you I'm God, think why. Yes. Don't get angry. Don't insult me. Don't tell me what is going to happen to me. Don't tell me what is going to happen to you. You know, all those things is the fear when somebody knows the truth.
Okay.
You know, when you know the truth and you feel guilty, what do? You bring the fear, and then we bring the argument. Here we don't argue. We bring the awareness of our belief and our thought.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time once again. Maybe next time, if you have time, we can also have this kind of topic so we can expand more and we can learn more from you, and maybe it's going to help Africans, especially matters of identity. I told you last time, maybe when I'm going to have a child, I will make sure my child has African names. No English names, no. So I'll just make sure, because I have 2 African names, mine and my father's, plus the biblical name. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to name my children, give them all African names. We have the names, so there's no need of me thinking what names should I give this one. We have the names. I told you the other time, in my community, we name children according to the situation at the moment. Maybe a woman was giving birth when it was raining, automatically the kid has a name, a time. Right now at night, if a woman gives birth at this moment, automatically they have African name. So that's how life is. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. That I say, what we're doing, it's just one by one. It's individual, not a group. Like you made my day now. I'm going to enjoy my day, start my day having coffee, because I know already my message has reached somebody.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for creating your time to watch this one. The comment section is open. You can share your thoughts. You can comment maybe what you want to learn more from him. And of course, he has a book out. It's called Who Told You That You're Not God? You can check on the book. Of course, you're going to learn a lot from the book, as he just said. Okay, so this episode is also available on Boomplay, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Audiomack, and of course, iHeartRadio. So you can watch, you can listen to this episode anywhere around the world. Thank you so much. I'm CPA Wandiga, and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Mzuka Kibao TV.